Trump threatens to charge U.S. tolls in Strait of Hormuz if final Iran deal not reached in 60 days. Add AP News as your preferred source to see more of our stories on Google. Add AP News on Google. Add AP News as your preferred source to see more of our stories on Google. Share TYRE, Lebanon. AP. Iran on Saturday said that it closed the Strait of Hormuz because of Israel's attacks in Lebanon and warned that while negotiators were going to Switzerland for talks with the United States on their interim agreement, not much likely will happen if the fighting doesn't stop. U.S. President Donald Trump, in response, threatened to impose U.S. tolls in the crucial waterway if a final deal with Iran isn't reached in 60 days, saying the money would be for services rendered as the guardian angel to the countries of the Middle East. His social media post underscored that the agreement calls for toll-free travel for 60 days. The announcements indicated a rough start to technical-level U.S.-Iran talks that key mediator Pakistan said will begin Sunday, with Qatari mediators also participating. Iran's Joint Military Command said the strait was closed because of the U.S. clear breach of its commitments by failing to end the war. The interim deal is meant to stop fighting on all fronts. Shortly after that, Iran's state broadcaster said that the negotiating team was leaving for Switzerland, a trip delayed from Friday. State media said that the team includes Parliamentary Speaker Mohammad Bagher Kalibaf, Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, and central bank and oil officials, among others. The deal calls for Iran's assets to be unfrozen. The U.S. disputed Iran's announcement on the strait. Read more. Iran does not control the Strait of Hormuz. Traffic continues to flow, and U.S. forces are monitoring the situation to ensure this remains the case, said Capt. Tim Hawkins, a spokesperson for U.S. Central Command. The military said that 55 merchant ships transited Saturday with more than 17 million barrels of oil. Signs indicating planned U.S.-Iran peace talks are displayed at the Stock Resort in Abujan, near Lucerne, in Switzerland, Friday, June 19, 2026. Arners Malik via AP. Signs indicating planned U.S.-Iran peace talks are displayed at the Stock Resort in Abujan, near Lucerne, in Switzerland, Friday, June 19, 2026. Arners Malik via AP. Add AP News on Google. Add AP News as your preferred source to see more of our stories on Google. Share Facebook. Copy link. Copied. Print. Email. X. LinkedIn. Bluesky. Flipboard. Pinterest. Reddit. Read more. Iran's team departs for talks as uncertainty grows. Negotiations toward a final agreement will begin once key commitments are upheld, Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghi said. If they are not, the Memorandum of Understanding as a whole will be jeopardized. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance confirmed that top negotiators Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff were in Switzerland and working through technical details of anticipated negotiations on Iran's nuclear program. The interim deal gives negotiators 60 days to reach a nuclear agreement, but that can be extended. Sign up for Morning Wire. Our flagship newsletter breaks down the biggest headlines of the day. Email address. Sign up by checking this box. You agree to AP's terms of use and acknowledge that AP may collect and use your data pursuant to our privacy policy. Vance told Fox News that he expects to leave for Switzerland in the next couple of days. As part of efforts to revive direct talks, Pakistani Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi met with Araghchi in Tehran earlier Saturday, according to officials in Islamabad, who spoke on condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of the issue. The global economy braced for more uncertainty. Ships began transiting after the interim U.S.-Iran agreement was signed earlier in the week, a milestone that left plenty of questions unanswered. The U.S. lifted its blockade of Iran's ports and now allows Tehran to sell its oil freely, terms that have left some in U.S. Congress asking whether the war was worth it. Israeli attacks in Lebanon kill at least 16 relatives of missed victims as they gather at the site of destroyed buildings that were hit in an Israeli airstrike in Qatari village, southern Lebanon, Saturday, June 20, 2026. AP photo / Mohammed Zartari relatives of missed victims as they gather at the site of destroyed buildings that were hit in an Israeli airstrike in Qatari village, southern Lebanon, Saturday, June 20, 2026. AP photo / Mohammed Zertari. Add AP News on Google. Add AP News as your preferred source to see more of our stories on Google. Share Facebook. Copy link. Copied print. Email X linked in Blue Sky, Flipboard, Pinterest, Reddit. Read more. A Hezbollah official told the Associated Press that Iran informed the militant group that Tehran will reopen the strait until Israel announces publicly that it will comply with a comprehensive ceasefire in Lebanon and an end to military operations there. The official spoke on condition of anonymity because he wasn't authorized to speak publicly. The official said that Hezbollah would commit to a ceasefire if Israel does. An Israeli military official, speaking on condition of anonymity in line with regulations, later said that the military had received updated directives from the political echelon to cease fire. The official said that the military is operating in a defensive manner in Lebanon, which includes the right to respond to Hezbollah attacks. The official also said that 5 Israeli soldiers had been killed in the past 48 hours in southern Lebanon. Earlier Saturday, Israeli strikes on southern Lebanon killed at least 16 people, including 2 children, hours after reports emerged of a ceasefire agreement there. 7 people were trapped under rubble after strikes hit the southern city of Nabateeh and nearby villages, Lebanon's national news agency said. The death toll in the latest Israel-Hezbollah war has surpassed 4,000, Lebanon's health ministry later announced. An Israeli military official said that Hezbollah fired more than 50 projectiles at Israeli forces in southern Lebanon overnight. Israel's army said that it struck dozens of Hezbollah targets and militants. On Friday, the Israeli ambassador to Washington, later, said that Israel remains firmly committed to an immediate ceasefire if Hezbollah honors the agreement and ceases hostilities. Earlier Saturday, Hezbollah said that it had committed to the ceasefire, but blamed Israel for violating it Friday night and said that it would repel attacks by Israeli troops. In this photo, released by the Iranian Foreign Ministry, Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, meets Pakistan's Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi in Tehran, Iran, Saturday, June 20, 2026. Iran's Foreign Ministry, their AP. In this photo, released by the Iranian Foreign Ministry, Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, meets Pakistan's Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi in Tehran, Iran, Saturday, June 20, 2026. Iran's Foreign Ministry, via AP. Add AP News on Google. Add AP News as your preferred source to see more of our stories on Google. Share Facebook. Copy link. Copied print. Email X linked in Blue Sky, Flipboard, Pinterest, Reddit. Read more. The conflict could sink the U.S. Iran deal. Neither Israel nor Hezbollah are signatories to the deal between the U.S. and Iran. Hezbollah and Israel went to war 2 days after the U.S. and Israel launched strikes on Iran on Feb. 28, with Hezbollah firing rockets and drones at northern Israel and Israel seizing large swaths of southern Lebanon. A new round of U.S.-backed talks between the Lebanese government and Israel is expected in Washington next week. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to keep Israeli forces in southern Lebanon until any threat to Israel is eliminated. Hezbollah has refused to halt its attacks unless Israel commits to withdrawing from Lebanon. Fighting continues near the Israel-Lebanon border. A strike on Lebanon's Barish village killed 4 members of a family, parents and 2 children. In Arad Salam village, a body was pulled from a destroyed house, and in Dawir and Kafar Rumman villages, drone strikes killed a person on a motorcycle and a Lebanese soldier. 9 people were killed in strikes in Kanarit, Soma, and Shower villages. Israeli jets flew low over the coastal city of TYRE. Residents told the Associated Press they were relieved that TYRE had been spared in recent days, but now they were reminded that the war isn't over. Our entire lives would change if there is a ceasefire, said one resident, Hussein Kashman. Some residents of northern Israel doubted the fighting would stop. I don't believe in a ceasefire because it doesn't exist, said Miriam Hadin Metular. Bassem M. Rao reported from Beirut and Nunia Ahmed from Islamabad. Adi Sewell in Beirut, Sami Magdi in Cairo, Seung-Min Kim and Konstantin Torapin in Washington, Joseph Federman in Jerusalem, and Jamie Keaton in Zurich, Switzerland, contributed to this report. A previous version of this story corrected the spelling of the Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson's last name to Baghi, not Badahi.